If he is not suitable for the present post, he could be shifted to some other post with the same pay scale and service benefits. If not possible to adjust, he may be kept on supplementary numerally post until a post becomes available for his superannuation, whichever is earlier. No promotion shall be denied according to GID 1 Rule 22. Leave applied on medical certificate due to disability should not be refused or revoked without reference to medical authority. The ceiling on the maximum leave under Rule 12 will not be applied. Any other leave other after government servant is incapacitated shall be remitted back. Family member may submit leave application on or medical certificate if a government servant is unable to submit the same. The certificate of disability is required to be issued in Form 3A in which should be signed by a government doctor of a government medical board. Further, a government servant who is granted leave in accordance with the provision of Clause B of the Sub-Rule 1 of Rule 20, the provisions of Sector 20 of the Rights of Pensioner Persons with Disabilities 2016 49 of 2016 shall suo motu apply. This is according to GID 2 Rule 20. 15th point. Transfer to foreign service. If a government servant is transferred to foreign service while on leave, he ceases from the date of such transfer to be on leave and to draw leave salary. This is according to GID Rule 21. Second type of leave is earned leave. First point, credit. Credit will be afforded in advance at a uniform rate of 15 days on the 1st of January and on 1st of July every year. The credit to be afforded will be reduced by 1/10 of extraordinary leave availed and for a period of dies non during the previous half year, subject to a maximum of 15 days and to the extent of such credit only. This is according to GID 2 Rule 26 1 and 27 Clause 3. Accumulation of earned leave can be accumulated up to 300 days in addition to the number of days for which encashment has been allowed along with LTC. Third point, while remitting the maximum of 300 days where the balance at credit is 286 to 300 days, further advance credit of 15 on 1st January or 1st July will be kept separately and set off against the EL availed of during that half year ending 30th June or 31st December. However, if the leave availed is less than 15 days, the remainder will be credited to the leave account subjected to ceiling 300 days at the close of that year. This is according to GID 2 Rule 26. Fourth point. The credit for the half year in which a government servant is appointed will be afforded at the rate of 2.5 days for each completed calendar month of the service, which he is likely to render in the calendar half year in which he is appointed. This is according to Rule 27, first point. Fifth point, the credit for the half year in which government servant is due to retire or resigns from the service will be afforded at the rate of 2.5 days for each completed month. in that half year up to the date of retirement or resignation. This is according to Rule 27, Part 2A. Sixth point, the credit for half year in which a government servant is removed or dismissed from service will be afforded at the rate of 2.5 days per completed calendar month up to the end of the calendar month preceding to the calendar month in which he is removed or dismissed. In the case of death of a government servant while in service, credit will be afforded at the rate of 2.5 days per completed calendar month up to the date of death. This is according to Rule 27 2B and C. Seventh point, if a government servant retires or resigns, is removed or is dismissed or dies in the middle of the calendar year, the earned leave credited should be reduced at the rate of 1/10 of the extraordinary leave taken in that half year and the leave account regularized. This is according to GID Rule 1, Rule 27. Eighth point, while affording credit fractions of a day without being rounded off to the nearest day, example 7.5 days, to be rounded off as 8 days. Rule 27.4. Ninth point, earn leave on account of unavailed joining time. Unavailed joining time, that is the number of days admissible subject to the maximum of 15 days reduced by the actual number of days availed, shall be credited to the earned leave account subject to the following conditions. Subdivision A. The government servant is ordered to join the new post without availing full admissible joining time, or he proceeds alone to the new place and joins the post without availing full joining time and takes his family later within the permissible time for claiming travelling allowance for the family. This is according to Rule 26. B part, the credit of earned leave plus the unavailed joining time credited should not exceed 300 days in addition to number of days for which encashment has been allowed along with LTC. Rule 26 1A subdivision 2 and proviso thereafter. C point, the concession of showing advance credit separately in the leave account is not applicable according to GID 3, Rule 26. 10th point, 1 day joining time admissible for transfer within the same station, if not availed, cannot be credited to the earned leave account. Appendix 10, GIO 5. 11th point, earned leave can be availed up to 180 days at a time. Rule 26.2. Exception A. Earned leave exceeding 180 days but not exceeding 300 days at a time may be granted to a Group A and Group B officers if at least the quantum of leave in excess of 180 days is spent outside India, Bangladesh, Bhutan, Burma, Sri Lanka, Nepal and Pakistan. This is according to Rule 26.3.